Greetings, my friend. It's Collette or Collette Tarot here on YouTube. My pronouns are they, them. And I'm going to be doing a beautiful Reiki session or energy healing arts. I kind of jump between using those two terms. Session for you, my friend. Yeah, what a beautiful day it is. And I just want to be able to just speak with you and spend some time with you, open my heart to you and open this space for you. So I'm going to start this energy work session with setting an intention through prayerful meditative speech and just opening this channel for you. So dear universe, source, creator, Tao, energy of life, and all the other names that you've been given throughout this universe, please hear us and hold this space with us today. Help open me as a channel to bring through some love-based wisdom, earth-attuned energy for all the souls who find this video, find this energy session. And please help to bring us into deeper communion with ourselves and with each other as we meditate into this energy. So I'm going to start with sitting up a little straighter, aligning the spine, and rubbing my hands together to just bring up the energy around your aura, channeling through the loving, piercing, strong energy of the sun. It's interesting that ice cream truck decided to come by now. The ones in my neighborhood always play the lullaby songs, which I think is interesting because it's like the middle of the day. But maybe that's a sign to us that we should bring in the energy of the moon as well for a balanced and equal exchange between the conscious and the subconscious minds. Pulling down the mind and the heart, or the mind to the heart. Mind to the heart. Energizing and aligning through the center column of the energetic body. Okay. I'm feeling drawn to pull a card to start this intentional work. We're going to use the wisdom of the Avalon oracle cards. I've really been wanting to use these, but I was called to use them today, not just for myself. So, taking a deep breath as we're going into the divination portion of the session. I want you to know that I tell this to my clients personally, but I really want you to know that you are the expert on yourself, and that you always are going to know what's important for you. And I want to just give the disclaimer that whenever I interpret any message, it is through my perception, through my life experience, and you're always going to be able to make that ultimate meaning out of whatever's being said. So, we got the water fairy. And it says, the guides of fairy, feelings and emotions. And this water fairy has lotus in their hair. And these really beautiful, almost I'm seeing them like dendrites coming off the wings. And this is reminding me of like the nervous system, the ways that our bodies mimic the growth of a tree or a plant, the ways that we, ground and root, as well as reach out into the cosmos. And I'm also feeling that there's a guide here that is wanting to open each and every one of you up to the soul star chakra, up above the head, the one that's about 6 feet above. And it brings in our soul wisdom, and it also connects us to other lifetimes and our feeling of purpose and relationship within our lives, being able to move past cycles because we're able to rise into an awareness of it. And it's interesting because the water fairy would be the one that is very grounded and very earth-based. But yet there's these lotus that represent rising from the mud, reaching up and bearing that cosmic witness to the sky above, drawing the energy in from the universe, our star, the sun, and blossoming and blooming forth that energy in order to be pollinated, in order to be dispersed. And the water is what coalesces around us, brings us into conversation with ourselves as we draw it in, and also with the environment and others around us as we reach through and share that in the earth below, in the root system. That water fairy is showing us that it's time to make peace with the emotions, to face them as we go through the underworld. And as we do that, we're able to understand the greater expansions of our consciousness and the way that we make meaning and communicate in relationship with those feelings. And we translate things from like that second density to the third density where it manifests. Wow. I don't know why I'm shaking so much. My heart just feels activated. It feels like a lot of energy is coursing through my heart space. So as that happens, I know I'm using just a regular like salt jar, but I'm using it as a rattle to just break away, especially feeling down in this lower back area. There's some energy around the past. This keeps coming up in my videos, so I don't know if this is just my my viewers. You're all kind of going through something similar, but it's time to release. I feel like this is happening on a very collective level though, so as I'm doing this, it's funny, I'm seeing things kind of fall. Little palm flowers. Oh, sorry, I knocked into the the stand. So just taking deep breaths with me, please. Holding it at the top. And release. Creating kind of like a circle. Casting the circle out of the salt. But I'm glad that I almost chose sea salt today, but I really felt like this pink salt was important because there's something heart-based about this healing. So, just quickly gonna bring through this beautiful tincture that I made. All the background noises. We're backing it up. We're backing it up. We're going back to the heart. We're routing these connections, these cords of energy from the soul star, down through the heart, and bringing it and anchoring it in strongly with that earth star. Gonna spritz it through the aura, cool you down, bringing it around me as well. Making like a seesaw of energy, feeling that, how good it feels to form a connection. Just going to take this feather through the aura, opening up the channels around the ears, a deeper ability to listen, to hear, to sense. Opening the third eye. Giving you the ability to discern, make your own decisions, to know when to witness and observe someone and who they are, and when to contribute. Because sometimes not everybody needs our opinion or our perspective. And sometimes they really do benefit from our contribution. And this surge of energy happening as the wind picks up and brings through such a beautiful breeze for you. And more of these little flowers are kind of raining down. So just take that into your aura. I don't know why there's so much backing up, but maybe it's time that we're going back through, kind of collapsing all these timelines. And just removing blockages and opening up with a sense of lightness. Because sometimes if we're really bogged down by energy, bringing in a lightness and a wisdom and I'm thinking of like somebody who's really adept. They have a lot of deft energy about them. I don't know if maybe that's the right word, but there's someone who can kind of like be quick on their feet, flexible, go with the flow, kind of ride a little wave or stream of energy and be able to traverse or, go into a different dimensional state or astral travel. It's something like that, being able to traverse. And I'm feeling that this energy is kind of weaving through your life, through your energy, through time and space. Blockages, and also allow you to empathize with these crossings, these interminglings, these weavings, and not to reject, because sometimes I notice in my life and in others' lives around me that it can be really easy to kind of focus on certain lessons. It means that we're not being fully present with the others, that sometimes we didn't know we were seeking out, but we need. And I'm using an amber incense right now, calling in that energy of preservation, resilience, coding, knowledge and memory, being able to purge and release and purify and cleanse and work with what is. Again, bending, making something malleable or adjusted, working together in harmony with, being able to transmute, alchemize, and shift like the water. The water is soluble. The water can't necessarily cleanse everything by pushing it out of itself, because the water doesn't move like that often. Or if it is, I wonder, is it the gravity or the water itself that's causing it to move? That's a good question. But it doesn't necessarily have a consciousness of its own in the traditional sense, or in the third density, or maybe even fourth density sense of being able to have a conscious will. But often the water has to purify and cleanse from within. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm being drawn to pull an Earth Alchemy Oracle for you to help deepen this intention, bring through a message from that guide that was drawing us to the Soul Star. And we receive the Apophyllite and Elemi Cleanse, which is water and air, lifestyle choices, detox, and nourishment. So, there is a situation in my own life that's coming to mind. I'm not going to share it too much because, boundaries, but I do want to say that this situation is coming forward, I think, because it does have to do with lifestyle choices and detox and toxins in general, and being able to make choices about how we use certain I'll say medicines, but also materials in our lives. And the extremity of things. So there may be a need to like balance or nurture a sense of discipline around these choices, and also not to impose our will on others. So if we start to make certain choices, we can, set a boundary to be in a certain energy, but also not close ourselves off to sharing this part of ourselves. And I think that there's like maybe a detox around people, or how much access you're giving people to your energy, but not just completely shutting down. It's like when we limit one outlet, we redirect it because I'm seeing these kind of like oil drips like falling down the sides, so it's like directing this fatty, nourishing energy, this thing that could maybe be greasing up or gumming up one area, and actually letting it flow into a different area. Nourishment. What's being nourished through this energy, spirit. They're showing me the heart space again. And I think we're going through this together. I've been going through certain attunements with this myself, so I'm really glad to be able to share this. So we're going to use this rutilated quartz. My cat's contributed her hair to it today. And I'm going to bring it back and forth. Pulling in an energy, spiritual balance in perception, bringing it around to draw that circle of intention, that only that which you desire, when you're in touch with those desires, is able to pass through into your space. That if you so choose, you can allow your guides to be the guardians of this, to be the ultimate deciding factor in what comes in and what goes out. That you're opening to the wisdom through listening. Even if you hear something you don't like, it's an activation of the will to be able to recognize, to analyze, to properly redistribute. Bringing up, activating, completing that activation above the head, and all the way down and out to the earth below. Grounding you so deeply into the consciousness of our planet, giving you the skills to communicate effectively, wisely, with grace for yourself and others. I'm going to cleanse you fully of any resistance and let the birds speak to you. Bringing in a deeper understanding of our ultimate uniqueness and our ultimate sameness, helping them to find a conversation within us so that we can have an understanding of our ego and our spiritual alignment, our spiritual oneness with each other. Finally, I have 2 more crystals I want to work with in your energy before we close this out, so I won't keep you here for much longer. But I have this chamomile. It says it's for calming, sleep aid, flexibility, and wealth. I'm just going to shake this around you. Helping this energy to feel natural. Like it's just a part of your life. It's just a part of who you are at this point, to open up, to soften, to relax, to connect with your soul, to remember who you are. To balance, to create, to mirror. To awaken, to create new earth realities, to remember old ones, to love deeply and honestly. That was a petrified wood with some like petrified amber pieces. And I'm going to finally just comb through and smooth out the edges of your aura. So this can be as private or as public as you want, this activation. Just creating a kind of layer around you with this dragon stone that helps this become a very physical manifestation of energy. Not just something that exists in the mind and in these concept realms and this philosophical way of being, but also in the way that you show up subconsciously, emotionally, in a physical body. That your gifts are brought forward into the physical realm, that you have the right people around you to activate you, to go deeper, they want to engage with you consciously, that you want to engage with consciously, that there's an exchange in the physical realm between you and spirit as well. Working above the head, sealing in with a pyramid of light, an extra Merkaba, if you will, getting that to spin down and through. I'm going to do a final cooling spray. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've gotten a little damp. It's kind of hot out here. But just know that the sun is blessing you like it has been me. I want to thank you so very much, my friend, for joining me today and joining each other and being here for yourself, most importantly. I want to thank every other guide in the universe, force that brought us together for this beautiful exchange, this energy session today. And if you're interested in a personal reading or just reaching out to me for any type of healing, or just, to chat, I would love to interact with you. My information is through my website below. I love you.